a story in the same way that it tells their story. It tells their story that they are
That's right.
continuously telling. And you have a spirituality also, is it? And it's a spirituality that you felt.
Yeah, and
connected
yeah, I can't even describe it. I mean, I know a Mardi Gras Indian queen, a white woman, and she and I are also the same religion, which is Jewish, and we belong in Judaism. Spirituality is very strong, and we are also considered tribes. And she and I talk about it a lot because her spirit connected 25 years ago. My spirit connected back in 2008. It was there, but I didn't know what it was connected to. I knew it was much more than just my family life. It was something beyond it. And so I'm always listening to other people tell their stories. I don't care where I am. I sit down and I listen. Oh, I do, because I'll sit down with people. I don't know them, and they've been nice enough to accept me and tell me things that, because some of them knew my grandfather, or their families knew my grandfather, and so so they already had a form of respect for me because of that, because I'm probably just like him, from what I can gather. So, and I try to be straightforward and honest, so that, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. So I try to get the stories right. And even though the art is my own vision, I won't, as far as the Mardi Gras Indians go, unless I have their permission to sell their art of them and also give them part of the proceeds. I won't sell the art.
No. So how do you think the mentorship relationships within the Indian culture, how do you find yourself fitting in there? I mean, I know you're brought into the fold. You're not a Mardi Gras Indian,
right.
But you have been brought into the fold, and you found yourself in this role as like a liaison to the community. How do you feel about the mentorship apprenticeship relationship, as an artist? And,
honored. Yeah. I'm honored. I honestly am, because I know it doesn't happen often, because I am an outsider. But I've had, privilege of actually having friends, and I don't call too many people friends, but I actually have friends among the Mardi Gras Indians. Not a lot of them maybe, but I have some, and some of them will talk to me. They don't tell me things that they're not supposed to be talking about, but just listening to them and their chanting and response and all that. And actually, I was asked to play at Mardi Gras Indian practice at Second and Dryad about 3 or 4 years ago on the stage, and I did, and they want me to continue to do it. All right, and I'm not saying I'm good at the tambourine. I'm not. I really don't know, but that's not the point, because I'm shaking the tambourine, trying to stay in the rhythm, and feeling the spirit. And I believe that's really the most important thing about it, is that I'm feeling in the moment. I'm feeling in the spirit, and I love that. And I'm participating. And I'd say Big Chief Kevin, he's taught me things over the years that I had no idea about. But the realities of what it is when you're a Mardi Gras Indian, the realities of what your life is like in the neighborhoods, and living a life that someone may be living in completely different in neighborhoods than I grew up in. But I found that interesting, and I liked hearing about it, because this is all humanity. We're all human beings. We might live different ways and have different ways of doing things, but it doesn't change who we are. Our colors are just shades of everything. There's different shades. So I would say the spirit of the Mardi Gras Indians found its way to me. That's what happened.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And do you think that there's
Beyonce.
And do you think that that provides a function as storytelling?
Well, yes. And if as long as I'm telling a story that isn't going to hurt anybody, or a story that's true, or a story that puts things in the real light, but a good light, I mean, I don't think there will be a problem. I mean, it seems like there's an awful lot of people that know me now over these years.
It actually serves purpose because you're getting the same way. When you're too close, you can't,
right.
You can't see everything because you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
So to be, somewhere on the outside and on the inside, right. That's a perfect role.
It's a perfect role. Yeah. Because I'm also as Big Chief Kevin was explaining, all of the people that are like across the street or that are following behind them, I see all their faces.
Yeah.
And I see all their spirit. Now, Big Chief can't always be seen that because he's leading and going, but I'm there and I'm looking at all this. I'm not just snapping pictures of all these people because that's not the point. The point is that visually I know what they're feeling. I can look at them. I can see their excitement. I can see their, the uplifting, the feeling.
Right.
And I don't forget it. It just goes right into my mind, into my heart.
What do you think the benefit? How do you feel the benefit to the community? The Mardi Gras Indian tradition.
I
feel that benefit to the community and.
Well, what I see as a benefit to the community is, well, first I think there are a lot of people in New Orleans that still need to have a better understanding of what they do, because they don't know about all of the volunteer work they do, and they don't know how much the kids are supported and given something to occupy their minds that's constructive and beautiful, creative, and something they can be proud of. Because a lot of these children don't have anything else to do, and they see the Mardi Gras Indians and they're taken in. And then there's people that have organized the young tribes and they take them in. And then now we have a purpose. Now they have a purpose. I just ran into a young man who I always look for Mardi Gras. I thought he was great. I didn't even know what the tribe he was with, but we became friends. He was in high school. And then he disappeared for 3 years. Didn't know what happened. I ran into him last week, and he comes up to me, and I gave him a big hug. I said, "Thank God you're back." And he said, "I learned my lessons." I said, "I know." And I knew what that meant. And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be looking for you at Mardi Gras Day. I always do. That's all I have to say about it, because that's life."
Right.
So I try to deal with life.
Yeah. So the traditions provide hope and a cycle, a yearly cycle, a place to come to.
Yes.
Even if they wander astray.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And when lately, unfortunately, during this whole summer with all the shootings all over the United States and elsewhere, several Mardi Gras Indian tribes were putting together benefits and fundraisers, including the Flaming Arrows, to look at things like tambourines instead of guns. Things that would be positive for the community. And they've made some penetration into the market, but I know they're going to get farther. I know through things like this, where they get exposed more, like the mural on the front, of the building, and how that's exposing this neighborhood to more of the Mardi Gras Indians, but in a positive way. And I think they need to be seen beyond their beauty. They need to be seen beyond what they're wearing. They need to be seen through what their souls are and what they're doing for other people in the community. That's the part where I come in, I think, because if someone wants to know something, I will tell them about all these positive things.